A&M won the toss. They deferred. The Aggies are going to kick with the win to Oklahoma State.
Well, somewhat of a win. Again, this is one of 3 college football fields in the country that runs east and west. It's a north wind today, so crossing wind at the field. Here's Kyle Bryant. He approaches the ball. Here's his kick, and it has an opportunity to be returned. Nope, fumbled. Now will be kneed, if you will, in the end zone by Andre Richardson. They come out and they'll show the Aggies a single setback. That's David Thompson. We'll tell you more about him in a moment. Mays, the tight end, goes left to right. Now Jones may be calling. Looks off to his left side, saying something to the receiver in that direction. 2 wideouts here on the right side. Now they back Thompson up in the backfield. He's now about 8 yards behind the line of scrimmage, which is the 20. Hand off Thompson in the backfield. Tries the left side as they get it out to maybe the line of scrimmage. The handoff about the 18. Someone tripped him up. I think it was Eddie Jasper. Boy, we've got including the running backs at A&M. Good running backs this year in the Big 12. 2nd down and 10. Jones at the line of scrimmage. 2 wideouts to the right side. Play action from the 15. Throw the ball. Deflected up in the air, and I believe it's been intercepted by Texas. The interception, it's now Wynn again. A deflection, and Wynn comes up with interception number 3, and he has it at the OSU 26-yard line, Dave.
Let me tell you about this play. Dat Wynn in a zone drop, and it was a 3-step drop, so Dat couldn't get much trying to hit the slant. Jones, he batted the ball up in the air with the tips of his fingers and then made a diving grab on his fingertips to come up with the interception. Just a terrific play by a guy that'll give you 100% on every play. Dat Wynn. Aggies have the ball at the 26-yard line.
RC says he never takes a slow step when he talks about Dat Wynn. Ball is snapped. It's play action from the 30. Throw the ball toward the end zone, and it is caught and then up in and out of his hands. It's Aaron Oliver in the end zone near the back line and defended there by Alvin Porter. If Aaron Oliver hangs on, it's a touchdown. Sturridge had 51.7% of his passes. Split backfield for Texas A&M. Line of scrimmage the 26. It's 2nd down and 10. Here's a delay out of the backfield to Hardeman. He gets back to the line of scrimmage, and he's wrapped up there by Lewis Adams, the number 4 tackler, a senior, 3 letters out of Michigan. And now a 3rd down and 10. A pass interception has started the ball game for the Aggies. Dat Wynn on a deflection came up with the ball at the 26. Let's see if we can capitalize. Split backs. Slot to the right. Straight drop. Stewart back from the 35. Trying to set up a screen. It's complete to Hardeman at the 20. At the 15. He has the 1st down at the 14-yard line. Hardeman screen to the right. Did a lot of that in practice this week. 1st and 10. Texas A&M. The initial 1st down of the ball game. Just underway. We have no score. 13-23 first quarter. Aggies knocking on the door. Show an I formation for the first time today. Snap the ball. Hand it off to the right side. That goes to Hardeman again. Maybe a yard to the 13. Kenyatta Wright. Ags again at the line of scrimmage. The lead back will be Broyles. The tailback is Hardeman. And it's 2nd down and about 9. Hardeman pitch to the right, to the 10, to the 5. Breaks the tackle down to the 1-yard line. 1st and goal. Texas A&M. Trent Fisher around the ankles.
Each week you wonder who's going to be the star back for the Aggies. It looks like this week it may very well be. He's caught a screen pass for a 1st down, and now he's taken the sweep for a 1st down inside the 2-yard line.
In the backfield, Spiller. He goes in motion. And it's the handoff. It goes to Hardeman. Hardeman's being pushed across the goal line. And he will be stopped, however, inside the 1. Here's the 2nd down play. Again, it will be the power formation. The Aggies with a heavy eye with the 3 tight ends. Quarterback sneak. Brandon Stewart. Again, they're going to... Did he get in or not? There it is. It's a touchdown for Brandon Stewart. Yeah, I thought at least from the waist up he was in the end zone. Kenyatta Wright made the hit, but Stewart will get his 2nd touchdown of the season. And the Aggies now take that interception, the turnover, and it is now 6 points on the board at the 11:39 mark. From the Ags, Kyle Bryant. He's 26 of 27 on extra points this season. Bill Johnston will hold. Kyle Ledmucky is the deep snapper. Everything set. Ball not handled well on the snap from center by Johnston. However, he's able to get it into position, and it's good.
What a nice recovery he made.
It was. Thought for a moment he got to miss the 1 with no effort at all, but he was able to get it up as Bryant approached it, put his foot into the ball, and now the Aggies take the turnover, and it's now 7-0. And had to end up taking the knee. Here is Bryant kicking off. 7-0 is our score. This one will be returned, and it'll be Richardson from the 5 to the 10 to the 15 to the 20. Breaks through 30, 35, 40, 43, 44-yard line. Maybe the 45. He went right up the middle.
Oh, he had a convoy of blockers right in front of him. That wedge just worked right up the middle of the field. He followed his blockers extremely well. A nice return. Thank goodness that there was somebody back there to make the stop.
But Brandon Mitchell moves now to a tackle. He's not playing the end. They moved him back to his normal position. Here's the handoff to Thompson in the backfield. He's around the corner at the 45. He's to midfield and across the 50 and out of bounds, pushed out at the 48 by Dat Nguyen. He will pick up about 7. Thompson will. He is the lone setback. Now is the Aggie 48-yard line. Jones looks over the defense rather, drops back to the OSU 45, throws in the flats, caught 40, 35, and down at the 34-yard line. That'll be there by Richardson. Coleman and Richardson are way out to the left side, the open side of this formation. Grisham near side. Play action. Here's Jones throwing, and he will complete it inside the 20 at about the 17-yard line. Completed to Terrence Richardson.
In a little in route, he was trying to find an opening in the seam, and he found it. Jones did a good job of hitting him.
Light eye, pitch it right side. Thompson, 15, tries to cut it back inside. Wrapped up at the 15 by Dat Nguyen. Second down, he picked up about 3 to the 15-yard line. I formation. Akins is the fullback. They go with out on the right side, but he's lined up like a tight end. Handoff will go to Richardson, hit at the 14. Thompson on the carry to the 14. He got a yard on that, and he was hit by Keith Mitchell.
He
bear hugged him and threw him to the ground. 1988 game between the Aggies and OSU. Darren Lewis rushed for 168 yards and had almost 500 yards in total. But Barry Sanders rushed for 157, and Hart Lee Dykes had 122 yards. Here's the play, slot left. The layout. Thompson again, hit at the 14, around the ankles, can't any further. That was a third down play. His holder is Greg Brown. He is 8 of 13 on field goals this season. His longest is 55. This one will be spotted at the 21, almost in the middle of the field. So it's a 31-yard effort. Here's the field goal. The kick is no good. He missed it off to the right side. We'll hold at 7-0. Back in a minute as we take a break. You're listening to Aggies. Texas A&M at the line of scrimmage. First down and 10 at the 20-yard line. Brandon Stewart, the man under, takes the snap. He will hand off. They go to Hall. Hall about across the 20 to about the 22-yard line. Ags have run a play that did not take a full timeout. It was a 2-yard carry up the middle by Dante Hall. So it's second down and 8 from the A&M 22. Pitch it to the right. It goes to Hall. He's across the 25 out to about the 27. Pitch right. The lead block was Hardiman. And the stop made by Kenyatta Wright, the freshman for OSU. And here's the third down play. A&M a slot to the left. The slot man will be A.C. Albert Connell. And we just got movement on the right side. Also, Hardiman moves up toward the line of scrimmage. We're going to get penalized here. A&M 5 yards. Aggies into the ball game today in penalties. We've been averaging 60.3 yards per game, and that's, you never want penalties. That's an acceptable figure. Our opponents at 58. OSU is also a team that doesn't make a lot of mistakes in the department of penalties. 59's their average. Their opponents at 60. So these teams are almost the same. You look at OSU, they are a +2, Dave, in turnovers. The Aggies are a -7, but now that's a +1 and a -6 after the interception. We have a single setback now. In the backfield will be Dante Hall. Slot again to the left. Stewart behind his center. Calvin Collins takes the snap, drops back to the 15. There's backside pressure. A&M's trying a screen to the right to Hall. He's bottled up back at the 15, back at the 17-yard line. That went nowhere. Here is Leckler, his first punt of the day. And it's a wobbly kick that's going to hit near midfield, and we'll take an Aggie bounce at about the 49-yard line, and now be killed at the A&M 47-yard line. So at 47, it will be OSU's ball. They show motion. The ball belongs to Oklahoma State at their 48. 35-yard punt from Leckler. They'll hand off here to the right side, breaking out across. There's a ball fumbled and now picked up by Oklahoma State at the 43. A fumble as they hand off to Kevin Brown, a reserve fullback. Donovan Greer made the hit. Brown lost the ball, and then Thompson was able to pick it up. And they'll show an I formation. Slot to the left. Tie it in here is on the right side. They have covered up now the tight end Mays. They're trying to move. They will not move that man off the line of scrimmage. Jones with an audible. Waits for the snap. Has it. Now it's the draw out of the hit as he hits the line of scrimmage. Got a yard to the 41-yard line. Well, let's see, they pick up the first down, didn't they, Dave? Out to the 41. So the 41-yard line, they got the first down. Out to the left side goes Sean. Quick huddle. In the slot right now is Dante Hill, originally signed with Texas A&M out of high school, out of Huntsville, then went to Blinn. So he's in the slot now. He's asking for some help. Waiting for an audible, and he relays that to Love, who's to his left. They snap it, and they hand off to Thompson. He's hit by a man behind the line, breaks the tackle, gets back to the line of scrimmage +1. Nope, line of scrimmage the 41. That Wynn made that hit. 5:08 first quarter, A&M 7-0. Second down, and still that same 10. The ball at the Aggie 41-yard line. They've had it 2 times, and both times now they operate in Aggie territory. Play action, drop back to the 45, dance around. Jones throws the ball. It's incomplete. He threw behind the receiver, Sean Love. And then almost picked off by Rich Cody. Had a hand on it. Then it went to the turf down around the Aggie 33-yard line. Third down's coming. With the interception today turned in by Dad Wynn. That means that Jones for his career has thrown 36 interceptions while quarterbacking Oklahoma State. Here's the third down. Drop it back to the 50. It's a screen back to the left. Caught by Thompson around the corner. Has the first down and bottled up as he crosses the 25 and out of bounds down around the Aggie 23. Beautiful screen to the left side. A big tight end now in Alonzo Mays, 6'6", 265, a junior, 2 letters, who's caught 23 passes. They've not gone in his direction yet. Here's a pitch to the right. Thompson at the 20, trying to find the corner. Will get 3 to the 20-yard line. He's bottled up. They had a pitch to the wide side of the formation. Brandon Jennings around the waist will wrestle Thompson to the ground.
Andre Williams checks into the lineup. I would expect Oklahoma State will have 3 wide receivers, and they do. Aggies countering with their nickel package.
And a single set back, 2 wideouts to the left. This time they have not covered up Mays, the tight end. Second down on about 8. They move out. Timeout will be called. Something went awry for the Oklahoma State.
Left on the clock.
All right, timeout Oklahoma State. The ball's at the 20. They had to call a timeout. The clock, the 25-second clock, are running out on Jones and the Cowboy offense. And now 3 wideouts on the left, including the big tight end, Alonzo Mays. He's out away from the line of scrimmage, so 3 in that direction. Wide out to the right's Grisham. Straight drop, 25, throw the ball. Mays at the 10, that's a first down. Over the middle to Alonzo Mays. Here's first down and 10. They could get the ball inside the 1 and get a first down, Oklahoma State. Thompson gets a handoff. He's being chased behind the 10, turns the corner. He's at the 5, he's at the 4, and he's dropped at the 4-yard line. They show a power formation. They have Roger Pfeiffer also in the lineup. He is backfield. They put him in motion. So the 2 tight ends plus Pfeiffer in the backfield and on a wideout on the right. Handed off to Thompson. Starts inside. Now he is bottled up the 4-yard line. That will be all. Started to his right. There was nothing there. Then he saw something back to the left, and he was wrapped up by Brandon Grisham and Richardson way out to the left side. 10th play of the drive coming up Oklahoma State. Third down and about 4 from the 5-yard line. Thompson, handoff up the middle, untouched, touchdown, and now an extra point away from tying the ball game at the 150 mark in the first quarter. The Cowboys. 1:53 to go here in the first quarter. Here is Tim Sidness. He's perfect on his extra points this season. Holder, it's snapped. The ball is spotted down. The kick is up, and the kick is good. This game is tied at 7. 1:53 to go. 7-7. The Aggies and the Cowboys. We take a break. This is the Texas Aggie Network.
All right, let's take a look at that drive. It started at the 48-yard line of OSU. 52 yards, 10 plays. They got an 18-yard screen completion for a first down on a 3rd and 10. 5-yard draw to Thompson gives them the score at 7-7.
Here's a sidewinder picked up at the 2 by Hall to the 10, the 20, the 25, across the 30 to about the 31-yard line. Hardeman the lead back, and the Aggies will come out and show a true eye. And a split into the right. Here is Stewart behind center. Collins 2 steps, drops, throws on the sideline, can't get it at the 50, trying to hit Aaron Oliver. Single setback. Here's 2nd down and 10 after the incomplete pitch. Right, Hall at the 30, across the 35, and a whole bunch of people will carry him to about the 36-yard line. Dante Hall. Cameron Spikes, by the way, is in the lineup today for the Aggies. He was listed as doubtful early in the week. Split backs, slot left, straight drop from the 30. Stewart looks, Stewart throws, and it's going to be caught at midfield across the 50 to the 47-yard line. Ball is caught by Dante Hawkins. Now first down for A&M, operating for the second time today in OSU territory. Snap the ball, hand it off. It'll go to Hall. Hall breaks through the 45 down to the 40. Nice carry there of about 7 yards for the freshman Dante Hall. Just picked up 6 yards on that first down. That's our best first down play of the day. We've run from first 6 times, we have 9 yards. Here is a handoff over the left side to the 40. That's Hardiman. Ags will get a yard from the 41 to the 40. And now we'll face a 3rd down and 3 at the OSU 40-yard line. Broyles and Hardiman out of an I formation. Stewart takes the snap, hands off. It's Hardiman, and Hardiman will be close for a first down. The Ags have to get the ball to the 37-yard line. This is going to require a measurement. They will not pick up the first down. It's just inches. The ball not quite the 37-yard line. So it'll be a 4th down and inches for A&M. Stewart looking to the sideline, waiting for a call. Apparently A&M will go for it. And A&M with the 2 tight ends, Spiller and Campbell, I formation. Broyles, the fullback. Hardiman, here is the quarterback sneak. It'll be by Stewart. Did Stewart make it?
It's close.
Going to be awfully close. They're going to give him the 37. If this man on this side gets the spot, apparently he will not give it to that official. They've gone to an official on the other side of the ball where he has put it down. So now the chains again will be brought out to the field. Kenyatta Wright stood Stewart up, but it looked like he may have just gotten across the 37.
I think he's got it, Dave. It looks like he's across the 37, and he only needed to get short of the 37. He'll have it by a good 2 feet.
All right, here are the chains, and now they will stretch, and it will reveal that A&M indeed, by the length of the football, will get the first down. Ball 7, the game tied at 7 apiece. We are under 14 minutes in the second quarter. I formation, play action from the 45. Stewart looks, Stewart will throw, and it's caught down at the 21-yard line by Aaron Oliver, and it is complete, and that's another A&M first down. Connell in a slot to the right. The snap, the handoff, Hall to the 19-yard line. From about the 21, what we'll call the line of scrimmage, he'll go to the 19 and pick up 2. Cato will make the hit. Second down and about 9. Light I, making a heavy I. Here is Stewart throwing, and it is incomplete. They're going to get OSU for holding at the 15-yard line. Going to be a hold against Powers. The intended receiver was Aaron Oliver. He was held up at the 15. The ball was thrown incomplete down around the 12. And that was a pass right there that if Oliver had not been held, probably would have been caught.
Well, the fans are not going to be real happy about this one. Was definitely a hold. He impeded his progress to the football. And that's
so at the 15, Flowers caught for the infraction. And here's Bud Alexander talking to Brandon Stewart, who's gone down with the officials. The flag's on the turf at the 14-yard line, and the option apparently will, nope, they're moving Stewart back now for the current score on any Texas Aggie home game. Call the AT&T Services scoreline at 40977. Score live updates on all home games, and now they have picked the flag up. I have to disagree with that. I really think that pass was catchable, and RC is some kind of hot here on the sideline. 3rd down and 9. Wave the flag off. Split back formation. Stewart under center. Drops back to the 25. Sets in the pocket. Throws to the sideline. That ball is complete at the 9-yard line. Now field goal attempt from the hash on the left side, spotted down at the 26 by Kyle Bryant. It'll be a 36-yard effort. Bill Johnston will hold. Kyle Lednecke is the deep snapper. Snapped, spotted down. The kick is on its way, and the kick is good. The Aggies take a 10-7 lead on a 36-yard field goal by Kyle Bryant.
The Aggies went 49 yards in 12 plays from their own 32, but the drive stalled deep in Oklahoma State territory, and Kyle Bryant came on to kick the 36-yard field goal. The Aggies lead at 10-7. We've got 12:51 left here in the second.
Middle return man will be Richardson for OSU. Here is Bryant's kick. It will go into the end zone, and they will take the knee. So Andre Richardson getting some advice from one of the 3 return men, or one of the other 2 back there with him. Will take the knee, and they'll bring it out to the 20. And 12:51 to go second quarter. The Aggies got off to a 7-0 lead. Single setback Thompson They break the slot by putting a man in motion back to the right. Straight drop by Jones. Pocket back at the 13. Throws it to Mays, the tight end, at the 14. He's being run toward the sideline. Oh, he's hard to bring down. Into the sideline he goes at about the 23-yard line. Philip Myers had him. They line it up at the 25. And here's Jones. He just fell down. There's a flag down as he falls down in the back at the 20-yard line.
Well, they didn't let Alonzo. They didn't let the tight end. He was moving from one side to the other, and they never let him get set, so he was in motion. But we'll take the play if they'll let us.
They have dropped the flag at the line of scrimmage. Jones fell down back at the 19-yard line, and apparently it will be against Oklahoma State. Jones lost his footing. Flag went down. Now, that flag was after the play had started.
Well, they didn't, like I said, they didn't let Alonzo Mays get set in his shift, and that's the motion penalty, but whether or not we have an option, we do. They'll refuse the penalty and set up third down because OSU a few yards on the slip by Tony Jones, the quarterback.
Third down, they took the play. Here's a straight drop from the 13. They're throwing it back to Thompson here on the right side. Bottled up left side, make it 25-yard line. Holman, Jennings, and Cody, along with Dan Wynn, also in the vicinity of the tackle. So at the 26, they did not convert. They needed the 30, and it will be punt time for Oklahoma State. Here is the punter. This will be Jason Davis. 43 punts this season, a 42.9 average. Our return man is Hall at the Aggie 34, and it's a wobbly punt. Hall will have a chance at the 35. Starts it to his left, cuts it back to his right. He's across the 40, breaks the tackle. He goes to the 45-yard line, just shy of the 45 by Dante Hall at the 44, their own. Straight drop, now roll to the right. Stewart throws from the 40-yard line, and it's incomplete at the 50, intended for Aaron Oliver. So the Aggies go with a single setback, and that will be Eric Bernard, the young man from Tulsa, about 60 miles away, and they give it to Bernard. And he is dropped as he hits the 45, maybe to the 46-yard line. Got 2 at the most, third down and 8. Bernard and Broyles split back, slot right, split into the left. Straight drop. Now roll a little bit to the right, throw the ball. It'll be caught over the middle and then incomplete. He had it, and then it popped out. Looked like he had wrapped that one up. Courtney Garner hit Aaron Oliver at about the 40-yard line, maybe 45. Now here's Leckler. His first kick today, 35. He'll take the snap from center at the 31. Richardson will stand back at the 10. Here's the punt. And Richardson will see it hit at the 15. Now it gets a OSU bounce and comes back to the 19-yard line and then out of bounds. So now Oklahoma State holds the Aggies. Now OSU with the play called on the sideline. Thompson is the lone setback. He's about 8 yards behind the line of scrimmage. Jones the center. And it's a handoff to Thompson. They're looking for the offensive left side. He's caught at the 19. Took the handoff back at the 15. Gets back to the 19. Eddie Jasper, the young man from Troop, at the 19. Second down and 10. Clock's under 10 minutes to go in the first half. 10-7. Texas A&M over Oklahoma State. They have 6 Aggies up on the line. And it's going to be the option run by Jones. He will be wrapped up as he hits the 21. Jones on the keeper, did not pitch to Thompson. Thompson was pretty much covered up back there by Webster, or by Jennings. Jennings had gone back to cover him. Dat Wynn will tackle Jones, the quarterback, as he started the option to the left at the 21-yard line. And here's third down and 8. They have 3 wideouts on the right side of the ball, 1 on the left, and the Ags, there was movement. Now, was it Oklahoma State? There was contact made by Texas A&M's Eddie Jasper. Now the Oklahoma State's clapping their hands. Apparently the Aggies will be penalized 5 yards. Single setback. Third down and 4. Did Williams come out of the lineup? No, he did not, so he stays in. Third down and short. Straight drop from the 20. Throw the ball back to the right side. Caught at the 32-yard line. That will be a first down. Here's first and 10. They're at the line. They have 2 men flexed out way here to the left side. They're both lined up in the backfield. Thompson on the handoff, starts back inside. He'll carry the ball to the 35. That win. Looked like that might have had designs on going on the wide sweep to the left, but then cut it back to his right and gets it to the 35 and a half. 10-7's our score. 7:17 to go. Aggies up by 3. They're going to run the option again. Jones caught as he hits the 35. And again, the Aggies, Dave, did a great job in covering up Thompson, who was the option, the pitch man,
right
to the right as they went back to the offensive right side. Brandon Mitchell got Jones and brought him down, and no chance at all. They may lose about a half a yard. Third down and the long 6 or short 7. 3 wideouts again on the left side of the ball. Single setback is Thompson. Line of scrimmage is the OSU 36. Thompson from the right hash mark drops back to the 28, dances around, throws. It's caught by Mays. The tight end at the 50, 45, high in the air, and goes down at the 42, trying to leap over one of the Aggie tacklers. Finally, it was Warwick Holman who was able to apply the hit at the Aggie 42-yard line. Mays gets a rest. Also checking out of the ball game will be Sean Love. 2 wideouts on the right side. OSU. Aggie 42, first down and 10. Play action. Throw it out in the flats to the right side. Caught behind the line across the 40 to the 35 to the 30, and it's a first down OSU. 12 yards on that pickup. Jones now 9 of 11, and the interception early in the ball game. Here's a handoff in the backfield, wrapped up on a 2-yard loss. Thompson's tackled by Holman. Pretty impressive now for Jones since the early deflection and interception by Dan. He's 9 of 11 passes. So he has hit 9 of his last 10. There's an end around coming back this way. It'll be Coleman at the 30, 25, 20, 10. He is out of bounds at the 7-yard line. An end around to Tank Coleman. He set up right side. He came back to the left, got the pitch from Jones, and then broke it down the near sideline in front of the Aggie bench. They are looking to take the lead. Tank Coleman had no stats at all coming into this ball game today. Slot to the right. Actually, that's 2 flankers off to the right side. I formation. Jones calling signals from the 7. It's a delay out of the backfield. It'll go to Thompson. He dives across the 5 to the 4. Aggies took it 7-0, then tied it at 7. Oklahoma State now A&M 10-7. 4:24 clock rolling toward the halftime. Way out to the right side will go Terrence Richardson. Here on the near side, that will be Grisham. They will show a light eye. They put Thompson in motion. Back to the right side. Straight drop. Jones now rolls to his right. Throws into the end zone. Incomplete to Mays. And now a flag goes down. And it'll be defensive pass interference in the end zone against Texas A&M and Brandon Jennings.
Boy, I tell you what, if they didn't call pass interference a while ago on the one that they threw the flag on, how can they call it here? Brandon Jennings with good coverage on Alonzo Mays. Unbelievable.
Well, I have to agree with you. It looked like ball, receiver, and defensive back all got together at the same time. Defensive pass interference against the Aggies, half the distance to the goal. First and goal now, the ball at the 2.5. They come out with a full house backfields. Long count by Jones. Snap the ball, goes to Thompson, and he is caught at the 5, and he is slammed to the ground back behind the line of scrimmage by Pat Williams now in the lineup. So Williams at the 5, outside the 5 on Thompson. He was bulldogged, was David Thompson. Here's the play, 2nd and goal outside the 5. Oklahoma State Aggies may be coming on a blitz. They're going to hand off to the right side. Thompson to the 4, Thompson to the 3. 3rd and goal from the 4. Jones calling signals. Long count here, has the ball, drops back to the 7, throws incomplete. Knocked down by Texas A&M's Donovan Greer at the 1. From the 10, Tim Sidness. He missed earlier today from the 31. He is now 9 of 14, making 8 of field goals. Snap it, put it down. Here's the field goal effort, and it is good. The game is now tied at 10. 2:37 to go until halftime. A 10-10 tie. A&M and Oklahoma State. We take a break. You're listening to the Texas Aggies.
All right, let's take a look at that drive. OSU took a punt on their own 19, went 79 yards in 14 plays. They got a 3rd down completion to Alonzo Mays for 23 yards and an end around that went down to the Aggies 6. But their defense was able to hold them out of the end zone, and Tim Sidness comes on to kick a 20-yard field goal. We're tied at 10.
Sir Parker and Hall are the return men. The kickoff into the end zone. Hall starts to bring it out and then says, no, I won't do it. Takes the knee about 2 yards deep. See if we can get points here before halftime. I formation behind Stewart. Stewart Play action. Now sets the pocket. Now is under pressure and is almost intercepted at the 22 as he throws to the near sideline to Hardiman. Courtney Garner almost got himself an easy pick there, but has been his first interception of the season, but it hit his right hand and then bounded away as they try to hit Hardiman at the 23, and Stewart was running for his life again. High formation again. The running backs are Hardiman. He's the lead man. Eric Bernard out of Tulsa is the tailback. Pitch it to Bernard around the corner at the 20, 25, out to about the 20. Breaks free at the 30. Did he get to the 30-yard line? He did. And there is Trent Fisher to make the hit. The Aggies get a first down at the 30 on second effort by Eric Bernard. First down and 10, the nose of the ball just across the 30. Texas A&M. Once again, the I split into the left, tied in on the right. That's Spiller, flanker way out here on the right side. Here's Stewart, play action from the 25, backside pressure. Now he's caught and dropped at the 30. Around the ankles, trying to get away from one of the defensive linemen. He had no idea it was being closed on by Jay Grossfield, senior from Dumas, Texas. And Grossfield caught him at the ankle. Got back to the 32nd down and 10 for A&M and quarterback Brandon Stewart. Minute 35 to go. Clock rolls, tied at 10. First half from the 24. Throw the ball. It's going to be caught by Connell. Now he was across the 40. Far side officials got a good mark on that. The near side official has him back inside the 40. Now they're going to mark it at the 40. That's a first down, Texas A&M. First down and 10 across the 40. A&M side of the 50. Straight drop again by Stewart. Pocket at the 35, and he is hit. The ball is on the turf. And is it a complete? Nope, it's going to be a fumble against Texas A&M at the 35. Hit, ball knocked away by Kenyatta Wright, and it'll be recovered by OSU at the 35-yard line. The Aggies turn it over for the first time today. Ball at the 34 and a half. Hash mark to the left side. Two wideouts off to the right. One's in a slot here for OSU. That's the open side of the formation. Thompson, the single set back. Mays, the big tight end, is on the left side. Jones, the quarterback, takes the snap. They'll run the option. Pitch it back to Thompson. Hit at the line. He'll get a yard. Nope, not even that much. He got the line of scrimmage, and that will be it. They have 2 timeouts remaining. The clock hits a minute. So second down and a long 9, hash to the left side. OSU called a timeout. They show a slot to the right side. Single setback will be Thompson. Tie it in on the short side of the field. Long count by Jones. Still counting. Play action. Now they throw in the flats off to the right. Ball caught at the 25. Make it 35 into the 30-yard line. The ball will go. Warwick Holman made the stop. Jones trying to put a man in motion. Now he does. It's Mays to tie it in. Back to the 35. Now back to the 40. Now throws to Thompson at the 25, at the 20, at the 16-yard line. First down. Move the chains. 19 seconds as they stop the clock in the first half. They will stop the clock by having Jones take the snap and then throw the ball into the turf right behind his center off it. And it will stop it at 17 seconds. And they will face a second down and 10. Slot to the left. Thompson's the lone setback. Here's Jones under pressure. Throwing. Ball knocked down by Wynn at the 15, and he almost had an interception. Third down and 10. Ball at the 15. Grisham wide right. 3 wideouts, including Mays, the tie-in on the left side of the formation. Jones dropping back to the 22, under pressure, all the way back to the 30, still under pressure, looking to throw, and he does over the head of the intended receiver. That will be Thompson at the 5-yard line, incomplete. Spotted down at the 22-yard line. Sidness has missed from 31, has hit from 20. This will be a 32-yard effort. Angle back to the left. Here is the kick, and the kick is good. And time runs out, and OSU on a 32-yard field goal will have the halftime lead of 13-10 over Texas A&M. A&M with the option in the second half, deferred until the second half, have elected to receive the ball. And it'll be Sir Parker at the 2 and Hall at the 2. Here's the OSU kickoff. Sidewinder, and it's going to be through the back of the end zone. There was a mix-up. Hall thinks Parker's going to take it. Parker thinks Hall's going to take it. They're both about 2 yards deep. They both look at each other. There's no return. At left tackle position will be Brandon Houston, 6'6", 276, sophomore one-letter out of Katy Taylor. So he moves into the lineup on the left side with Ruman out with a possible broken fibula. Here, a fracture. Here is a pitch to Hall, and that's going nowhere. He's caught behind the line of scrimmage. And they will give him only the 17-yard line. Hardiman and Hall, the running backs, slot right, play action. Stewart rolling to his right, throws, and it will be caught, dropped. Spiller at the 31-yard line. Third down and a little more than 12. Straight drop back. Stewart now steps up into the pocket. He's sacked back at the 12-yard line. Full drive went nowhere. Shane Leckler will punt the ball 3 yards deep in the Aggie end zone. Line of scrimmage, the 12. Takes it. Oh, he gets a good kick. Back to the 35-yard line. 34, the return by Richardson. And he goes out of bounds at the OSU 45. Tony Jones will be the signal caller. Waiting for the officials to say okay. Kevin Brown is the fullback. Thompson now goes in motion. The fullback to the short side of the field, slot to the left. Count Jones takes it, pumps. Now he throws back in this direction. Intercepted by Mitchell at the 40. He's back to the 25, back to the 20. Stiff arms Jones. He's down the sideline. He will score. Touchdown. Mitchell intercepts at the 40 and returns it to the far sideline. They were setting up a screen to the left side. And now Texas A&M takes the lead before the point after, 16-13. Intercepted and returned about 40 yards by Keith Mitchell. They were trying screen left. Mitchell with the right hand got it, wrapped it up, and only Tony Jones, the quarterback, had a shot at him. Here's the extra point, and the extra point is on the board. And now A&M once again with the lead, 17-13. The Wrecking Crew will put points on the board. Take a break. You're listening to the Texas Aggies, which was a 26-yard drive win on the interception dropped at the OSU 26. We had it to point-blank range and scored there at 17-13. A&M. Here's the kickoff. It will go in zone. They will take the knee and bring it out to the 20. Here's an I formation. It's first down and 10 for Oklahoma State. A&M now by 4, 17-13. Delay out of the backfield. Thompson hits the line, goes to the 21-yard line. It's Eddie Jasper on top of him. Second down, and we'll call it 8. Give him 2. Brown stays as the fullback. There's Jones calling signals. There have been some motion before the snap. Handoff will go to Thompson. He hits the line of scrimmage and punches that one out to about the 26. No flags. Apparently everything in order. Nat Wynn and Brandon Mitchell combined on that tackle. And now a third down. That down box is kind of covered up over there.
About 4.
Yeah, about 4 yards. I see it now. Out to the 30. The ball will have to come. Man in motion, 2 tight ends. Handoff Thompson. He's trying this side. He bottled up back inside the 25 at the 22. Handoff Thompson. Sweep to the left. Aggies read it. Keith Mitchell. Another nice play there by Keith. Jason Davis. 1 punt in the first half by my figures at 29.
Number 20, Jason Davis.
Yep, well, actually had a 39, so I misread that. So 39 in the first half. He has a 42.9 average. Here's the kick, and it's a good one. Hall backing up to the Aggie 24-yard line. Going back to the left, caught from the jersey, and drug down from the backside at the 26.
We're going to have a change at quarterback for this second series here to start the second half. Randy McCowan is in the lineup.
26-yard line.
So McCowan, who will step in, having hit 50% of his passes. And a timeout will be called. Officially, I guess it's an official's timeout. So a timeout on the field. The Aggies ahead, 17-13, 11-23 in the third quarter. Randy McCowan has seen action in 3 games: North Texas, Louisiana Tech, and Kansas State. And now his 4th game will be here in Stillwater against Oklahoma State. And it was announced at the press conference this week by Coach Slocum that he would likely see action. First down and 10. Here is McCowan wanting to throw, forced out of the pocket. Now we'll throw, and it will be complete and then dropped. No, incomplete. Incomplete to Hardiman at about the 33-yard line. Would not have been enough for a first down. So McCowan scrambling out of the pocket that time under a lot of pressure. 6'3", 204, freshman redshirt out of Jacksonville is McCowan. He will hand off to Hardiman. He cuts it back. He's across the 30. He's fighting for a first down at the 35. He's still going, and I think he may get forward progress to the 37-yard line. And they finally push him back inside the 30, where Courtney Garner will be given credit along with Lewis Adams for the stop on a Hardiman. But it's a first down A&M as he got the ball across the 36. Albert Connell wide to the right side. Split in Hawkins on the left side. The tight end Spiller. The running backs will be Hall and Hardiman. McCowan calling signals. It's a draw to the backfield to Hardiman. He's across the 40. He's got the 45. He has a first down as he bulls his way out to the 48-yard line. Now we're above 100 yards in total offense for the day. Only one time this year the Aggies failed to have over 300 yards in a game. That was against Kansas State when the Wildcats held us to 286. Here's play action. McCowan rolling right. McCowan throwing, and it is incomplete at the 40-yard line, intended for Albert Connell, almost intercepted. Jatu Criddle was there defensively. Here's the play. It's a second down, and it's a draw out of the backfield to Broyles, and he gets a yard to the, well, not even a yard. He's back to the line of scrimmage. As he took the handoff, he was already wrapped up by Raymond Cato. He had him around the right ankle and wouldn't let go. So he and Cato and the ball are going up the field, about a half-yard gain there. Now third down coming. And here are the Aggies to the line of scrimmage. And we are trying to get Albert Connell. No, it's Bumgardner off the field. And he makes it as the ball is about to be snapped. Split backs, faking the blitz, drop back to the 42. McCowan, he is pumping. Now he may run. He's at the 45. He dives for the first down. Where did he go? He will be getting at the 40-yard line.
Oh, it looked like he went out of bounds, but I guess he stayed in bounds with that somersault. Uh-oh. Looks like they're going to move it back about a yard short.
They will. There's a whole bunch of conversation right in front of the Oklahoma State bench. Courtney Garner put the hit on McCowan as he went airborne trying to dive over Garner. And the official spot will not net the first down. They're going to move the ball back to the OSU 44-yard line. Now here is Shane Leckler. See if he tries for the sideline. Nice snap. Nice high punt. Fair catch being called for. They'll take it at the 10-yard line. At the 10. Thompson. Jones, the quarterback, will move a receiver, Pfeiffer, to the right side. They have three men now in that direction. Two are flankers. And the handoff to Thompson. They try the offensive left side. Trips as he's hit near the line. He'll be hit there by Webster, and he gets out to about the 23 on a small gain. He's second down and 7. Hash mark to the left side. The open side to the right. There are two receivers in that direction. They get Pfeiffer in motion again. Left to right. Long count Jones. Snap it. Play action. Rolling back to his right from the 5. Looking to throw. Will. And he throws it into the OSU bench and complete at the 40-yard line. Dante Hill and Richardson are off to the left side. Mays, the tight end, backs up into the backfield and goes in motion right to left. Here's Jones throwing. He has the tight end. Mays wide open at the 35, and he steps out of bounds. And a flag down where? Back at the 20-yard line.
I'll tell you what this is going to be. They ran a pick pattern, and they blocked Rich Cody off of the coverage on the tight end. I promise you this is coming back, and it will be some kind of illegal procedure against
offensive pass interference.
There you go. It's exactly what happened.
It'll be a third down play back from the 10-yard line. That moved it back a little bit more. They have moved it back now inside the 10, and now it's back at the 7. Back at the 7-yard line. Now Bud Alexander talking to the OSU offense with the clock showing 8:31 and the Aggies leading on the scoreboard 17-13. And a real opportunity here if they can hold on this play to make OSU punt the ball. And then pretty good field position. Now Randy McCowan came in on the last offensive series for the Aggies. Moved the ball into OSU territory before they had to punt.
Watch the draw play here. They've liked it in this situation.
Mays goes in motion toward the wideouts on the left side. Rolling back to the left side. Jones throwing, and it's caught and dropped at the 25. You had it, dropped it. OSU a lot of time to get the punt team out, and they have just kicked the ball, and it will be taken by Hall back at the Aggie 35 to the 40 to the 45. Spins away. There's a flag down as he goes to the 50, and he's tackled there. Nice punts off the foot of Jason Davis, where it was taken at the 35-yard line. That'll be 56 yards by Davis. 39, 52, and 56, and a flag on the field at the 44-yard line.
Dante Hall had returned this one out to midfield, but it'll be a holding call against the Aggies, and this one will come back. That great field position that they had will be wiped out.
Well, City, here's first down and 10, the Aggies. Hash mark right at the 34, single setback. McCowan calling signals. takes the snap, drops back to the 28, steps up to the 30, throws deep to Connell. Connell waiting for it. Connell caught the ball at the 19-yard line. Down to the 19. Took forever to get there, and he's tackled by Jatu Criddle as he caught the ball. That will be the 6th completion for Randy McCowan wearing the maroon and white. He's operating the offense now. Hash right, first and 10 from the 19. Pitch it to the left side as they snap the ball. Pitch it left, carry down to the 15. It'll be Tiki Hardeman. Second down and a little more, well, about 6. They'll need to make it to the 9 for a first down. Clock 7:22, third quarter, 17-13, the Aggies. High formation, Broyles is the lead back. McCowan calling signals. There's the snap, pitch it right. Hardeman cuts it back to his left. Hardeman will carry for a first down as he gets it inside the 10. He carries down to about the 7. 173 yards total offense. Snap it again, pitch it again right. Here is Hardeman looking for the right corner. That will not develop. He'll be hit at the line of scrimmage by Andre Waddle. They have 2 tight ends, Campbell and Spillard. And then Leroy Hodge is the flanker to the left. It's an I formation. Broyles is the fullback. Hardeman the tailback. Hardeman score right up the middle. It's a touchdown, Tiki Hardeman.
You know, the Aggies have had trouble all day running right up the middle. That time a huge hole opened up. Good job offensive line, and Tiki walks in untouched from the 7-yard line, and the Aggies will take a 23-13 lead with the point to come.
Here is Kyle Bryant with Bill Johnston to hold. Kyle Lednecke is the deep snapper. Try to make it 24-13. Here is the extra point, and it is good. So it is 24-13. Texas A&M over Oklahoma State at the 6:07 mark in the third. We take a break. You're listening to the Texas Aggies.
That was the first play of the series, that 47-yard completion from McCowan to Connell. It was a 66-yard drive in 5 plays from the Aggies' own 34. They took a punt from Oklahoma State. As you said, Tiki takes it up the middle for 7 yards for the touchdown, and the Aggies have a 7-point lead at 24-13.
And Randy McCowan, who has played sparingly in 3 ball games this season, has come in to replace Brandon Stewart. And the Aggies have moved the ball both times. Here's the kickoff about 3 yards deep. It'll be Richardson. He comes back to the 20, 25. He's across the 30. He's across the 35, and he'll take it out to about the 38-yard line. So 10, and they trot out on the field. They leave 2 men as wideouts on the right side. One is Coleman, Tank Coleman. Had his first play of the where you register stats on that end around when he carried for 26 yards. Here's the snap. Jones fakes the draw, drops back to the 30, throws incomplete at the Aggie 47-yard line, trying to hit Terrence Richardson. Long count by Jones. 2 wideouts on the right side. Jones drops back to the 30, throws, and it is caught by Coleman, and he will not net the first down. Goes down at the 48-yard line. Donovan Greer close by. Coleman jumping up in the air to bring it down. It's his first reception of the year. Probably would have scored, but now they face 3rd down and inches at their own 47. Need the 48. It's just past the 47-yard line. They have the big fullback Akins in front of Thompson. They're going to sneak for it. Then it'll go to the 50-yard line. Jones, quick snap. He and the center move up the field. So on a quick snap, they get it. The first down at the midfield stripe. Brandon Mitchell was there, but Jones was falling down as Mitchell hit it. Aggies up 24-13. Biggest lead today. High formation. Akins is the fullback. Thompson is the tailback. Jones, handoff. Thompson, left side, 50-yard line. That's all. He may have, they give him line of scrimmage. Philip Myers, the first man to hit him. 2nd down and 10 as they send Thompson off the field. And replacing him will be Andre Richardson. He's the tailback. 2 wideouts to the right. They're going to put the tailback Richardson in motion, coming back to the short side. Jones, shallow pocket, throws, caught at the 40, and at the 35-yard line, it's Grisham. At the 35, they move the ball against the wrecking crew. Grisham and Richardson coming this way with Richardson in the slot. Again, it'll be Andre Richardson as the tailback, and they put him in motion to the short side. They hand off to the fullback. He has 5, he has 10, he has the 20, he has the 10, he has the 5, he has a touchdown. It's the fullback, Brian Akins, and his first touchdown of the season on a 35-yard run. And they're going to go for 2. Grisham Richardson to the right side. Single setback is Andre Richardson. Jones calls signals. Drops back to the 8. Lofts one. Over the head of everybody, incomplete. Into the end zone, near the back of the end zone, incomplete. The try for 2 is no good. The lead will be 5 for the Aggies at 24-19 at the 3:41 mark in the third quarter. OSU about to kick it off. It'll be Tim Sidness, their placement man. He approaches the ball, and it will be a sidewinder. Coming back to the near side Hall in the end zone. Will take it right on top of the A. It's Oklahoma State that's spelled out in that west end zone. First down and 10. McCowan will continue at quarterback. He has Broyles and Bernard behind him. Play action, rolls to his right. Now he throws, and it'll be caught by the tight end Spiller at the 35. He is across the 40, and he's out to the 44-yard line. Courtney Garner wrapped him up. McCowan had to pay as he threw the ball rolling to the near sideline. This will be the third series for Randy McCowan. First down and 10 at the 44, hash right. Long count. McCowan takes the snap, hands it off to Bernard. Hits the middle. He's across the 45, and he'll get it to the 48-yard line. Kenyatta Wright makes that stop. Ags come out and show a light eye. It's toward the slot on the left side, the open side of this formation. Hand off, coming back to the right, cutting back and hit at the line of scrimmage. Will be Eric Bernard. Will be no gain. Slot left. Slot man is Aaron Oliver. The wide out in that direction will be Connell. Single setback, straight drop. They're going to throw back to Connell. Deflected up in the air, incomplete midfield. And now for the Aggies, we'll look once again at Shane Lechler. He has 3 at 35 today. The return man will be Trent Fisher. He returns when they have situations where they want good hands and possibly no return. Nice spiral, fair catch being called for at the 16. Fumbles the ball and recovered by Fisher of OSU at the 16-yard line. Here's a slot to the left. The single setback. Thompson has returned. Here's Jones from the 10. Throws back to his right. Incomplete and out of bounds at about the 28-yard line. Thompson by himself in the backfield. He's standing at the 10. The line of scrimmage is the 17-yard line. 2 wideouts on the left. Mays in that direction as well. Drop back to the 10. Throw back this way. And here's Coleman. It's incomplete at the 23. With Webster right there with him to make sure as he grabbed hold. He gave him a nice spin and threw him back to the 20. Jason Webster. But now the third down play. Wrecking crew needs to hold to give the ball back to the offense. They put a man in motion. Mays coming back this way. Here's the snap. Play action. Jones under pressure. Chase back to the goal line. Now steps up to the 5. Now throws, and it is incomplete on the sideline as he goes out of bounds at about the 6. He threw the ball on the sideline into the turf. Holman dove for it. No interception. Incomplete. 4th down and a punt coming up with the clock stopped at 1:27 in the third. Texas A&M by 5 points, 24-19.
Tenacious pass rush by Brandon Mitchell that time to keep the pressure on Jones. Had he thrown a good pass here, it would have been intercepted by the Aggies. Warwick Holman on that sideline.
Now Albert Connell has dropped back in deep. And it's a short kick. Connell at the 42. Connell dancing around. Now he's going back the other way. He got up to the 50, treated back to the 44-yard line, and then is spun to the ground by Clint Metcalf. Texas A&M first down and 10 at their own 44-yard line. Hash right. Ags show a light eye. Here's a handoff to Bernard looking for the outside. He is hit and knocked down as he gets to the 46-yard line. Officials did not hold it a full 60. They've had a 2-yard pickup on a run by Eric Bernard. Now on second down, throw from the 38. Here's a pass to Leroy Hodge to the OSU 47. Incomplete. Jatu Crittle there. Split backs Hardiman and Bernard. Third down play. Musket to the OSU 46. Snap the ball. Drop back to the 40. Step up. Throw. Incomplete. Off the fingertips. Hodge or Connell. The jersey is wrinkled up. I can't tell if that's 88 or 80. Courtney Garner defensively to make sure nothing is caught. And again, it'll be Fisher hopping back, and he is shielding his eyes against that west sun. Standing at the 11. Here is Lechler's punt. Fair catch being called for at the 15-yard line, and that's where they'll have it. Jones under center. Calling signals. Drops back. Now it's a draw out of the backfield to Thompson. He is hit as he crosses the line of scrimmage and goes to the 18-yard line. Dat Nguyen made that stop. That may be the last play of the third quarter. The clock has just hit 10 here at Lewis Field in Stillwater, Oklahoma. 2nd down and 8, first play of the fourth quarter. The Aggies lead Oklahoma State 24-19. They snap the ball. They'll hand it off to the fullback. Brown tries the right side. He's hit as he goes to the 20 and carries a man on his back in Warwick Holman to the 24-yard line. And now to the line of scrimmage they come. 3rd down 2. They go with 2 tight ends and a flanker left in an I formation. Snap the ball. Trying to push his way for a first down. He won't make it. They need to cross the 25. 4.5. It was Brandon Mitchell who stood him up and did not let him get the 25-yard line. So here is Jason Davis, 47 on his last kick. There's outside pressure. And the punt will be a short one. And will hit at the Aggie 44 and then get an OSU bounce in. Out of bounds. It will go at about the 39-yard line. Randy McCowan will continue to operate the team as the quarterback. Takes the snap, play action. Drops back to the 30, now runs up to the 35 and throws to Spiller. He's tied in. He has a first down at midfield. This will be the 5th series that McCowan now has run the offense. His greatest amount of playing time. It's an I formation. Hardiman and Bernard. They'll snap it. It's play action again. Steps up to the 45, throws, and it's caught at the OSU 35-yard line. That one was caught over the middle by Dante Hawkins, and he was really hit by Trent Fisher as he caught the football. And now the Aggies behind Randy McCowan have moved the ball down to the OSU 35-yard line. Matt Bumgardner's in the lineup, split into the right side. The I formation, and the Aggie snap the ball, hand it off to Bernard. Little seam here on the left 25, and he is out of bounds at the 19-yard line. First down and 10, Texas A&M moving the ball. Hodge now, Leroy Hodge out to the right side. Tight end Spiller on the left side. Broyles is the fullback. Hardiman moves back to the tailback position. Pitch it to Hardiman at the 20, at the 15. Gang tackle, throw him out of bounds at the 13-yard line. 2nd down and 5, the ball at the 14-yard line. I formation, 2 tight ends, flanker right. Hand off again to Hardiman. He tries the left side. He's at the 10. He's at the 5. He's at the 4. It's 1st and goal. Texas A&M. Give him the 5-yard line. Fisher again on the stop. Oh, what a nice possession for Texas A&M. They have run 3 first down plays and 1 second down play on this drive. Here's a 1st and goal from the 5. Left. Here it goes to Hardiman again. Hardiman looking for a block. He's going to take it to the 1-yard line. Mahone will be in the on the left side. Campbell on the right side. Spiller will line up just outside the left hip of Mahone. Spiller in motion to the right side. Handed off. It goes to Hardiman, and he is in for a touchdown from a yard out. That makes it 30-19 before the point after for Texas A&M. Here's Kyle Bryant trying to make it 31-19 at the 11:04 mark in the fourth quarter. A little high on the snap from Lednecki, put down by Johnston, and the extra point is indeed good. And now 31-19. It's Texas A&M over Oklahoma State in Stillwater. McCowan now 4 of 9 unofficially, 97 yards since. And here is the cruise kick, in under in. It will be short to Richardson at the 10, the 20. Caught from behind, falling forward across the 30 to the 34-yard line. Andre Richardson. Right now the Aggies lead 31-19 over Oklahoma State. They'll pass on first down. They come back to Grisham. He'll make the catch. He has fumbled the ball, and A&M, do they have the ball? They've got a fumble recovery. It's going to be Brandon Jennings. So here is McCowan. Freshman redshirt out of Jacksonville, playing in his 4th game, has played sparingly in 3 games earlier this season, has an I formation behind him. Long count, snaps the ball. Play action. We moved on the right side.
Yep, you
Cameron
got it.
Spikes pulled up and took a step back just before the snap of the ball, so it'll be 5 against A&M. First down and 15. The ball moved back to near the 49-yard line. I formation behind McCowan. Short drop, throws to Connell, caught at the 45, at the 40. He'll be spun out of bounds at the 37-yard line. 4 shy of a first down. Split backs. We've not seen Sir Parker today. Didn't see Eric Bernard last week. Parker has not. Here's 2nd down and about 4. The hand here, Sir Parker now at the 40, at the 35, He will not pick up a first down. Hodge and Parker come off the field. The Aggies will go with the two big guys, Hardeman and Broyles. Broyles is the fullback. Two tight ends. Flanker to the left. Long snap count by McCowan. And they snap it. Now they pitch it back to Hardeman. He'll have the first down and more. He's going to score. He's at the 10, the 5, and he will. Touchdown, Hardeman from the 35-yard line. The 9:20 mark, and he has scored the last 3 touchdowns for A&M. 7, 1, and 35 on his touchdown runs brings his total to the season to 13 and 15 for his career. The extra point is on the board, and the Aggies now lead it 38-19. They double it at the 9:20 mark in the fourth quarter.
And the Aggies lead it 38-19. There's 9:20 left here in the fourth quarter, and here's the kickoff.
And it's a classic cruise kick. Be taken by Richardson at the 4 to the 10 to the 15 to the 20. And this time he'll be wrapped up as he crosses the 20. Goes to the 25-yard line. Sean Coriat. Here's first down and 10. OSU trails A&M 38-19 at the 25 from the 20. Throw back in this direction. It will be caught at the 28 and knocked down by Donovan Greer immediately after the reception is made. Here is second down, and we'll call it about 7. Hash right, single setback. Thompson. They're going to put the ball in the air from the 21. Throw. It's intercepted. Texas A&M and returned back to the 28-yard line. The interception will be by Webster. Here is McCowan, first and 10. The ball at the 28-yard line. He will air it out. Steps up into the pocket. Throwing for the sideline. Going for the end zone. Incomplete in the end zone. Intended for Hawkins. Near the back line. Here is second down. I believe now he's going to be 6 of 11. Maybe 6 of 11, 108 yards, maybe 6 of 12 for McCowan. And McCowan took the snap from center as he's handing off here to Parker. He fell down, gave the ball to Parker. Parker fights for the 24-yard line. McCowan, I think, tripped himself up as he was spinning around. He did get the ball to Parker before he hit his backside. Approaching the line of scrimmage. 2 wideouts on this side of the ball. Hawkins is the wide man in the slot inside to his right. Albert Connell. Running backs are Broyles, Parker, and it's play action. Here is McCowan trying to step away from a man. He gets away from him. Now he's going to run with the football. He's across the 20. He's going to be close for a first down. He'll have it at the 19, but not quite enough. He needed the 18. Houston, McKinney, Collins on the left side of the offensive line. Spikes and Samisi Haimule on the right side. Long count McCowan. McCowan hands off to Hardeman. He's hit at the 20. We won't make it. Lost a yard at the 20-yard line. It's first down and 10 at the 20. Jones takes the snap. Play action. Pocket at the 12. Looks, throws, high, incomplete at the 30. Ball intended for Tate Coleman. Trying to make it 22 here on this second day of November in 96. 6:49. Clock stopped on the incomplete. They're back at the line. Second down and 10. Hash right. Mays, the big tight end who's been impressive today, goes in motion. Left to right, the hand off to Thompson. He tries the right side. He's got 5. He has 6. He has 7. And he's spun to the turf by Brandon Jennings. Waiting for the snap. There it is. Shallow pocket. Throw the ball. Incomplete. Try to get that one to Terrence Richardson at about the 33. He didn't look around in time. And then the ball, when he did, was thrown a little bit behind him. Oklahoma State is 6 of 15 on third down conversions today. The Aggies, meanwhile, 3 of 12, but they've been so proficient on first downs, they haven't had a need for third downs much in the second half. Here's the snap. And here's the punt by Davis, and it's a dandy. Here's Hall backing up to the 13. He'll have a return to the 20. He's cutting back this way, and he's 3-yard line. Since McCowan has entered the ball game here in the second half, the Aggies have 242 yards of total offense and have the ball first down and 10 at the 24-yard line. The ball spotted equidistant between the hash marks. Snap it. Hand it off. Parker in the backfield will get some tough yards there across the 25 to the 26. And the play with Bumgardner and Hodge as the wideouts and an I formation behind Randy McCowan on second down. They give it to Parker. Spins away looking for that right corner. Falls across the 30 as he's hit around the ankles, and they will spot him at the 31-yard line. So third down at the 31. Slot to the left. Ags show a light eye. Broyles, Parker. Draw out of the backfield to Parker. He has the first down at the 40. He's out to the 45. He's to the 40 line. There goes Sir Parker. Fullback, or the lead back in this eye, will be Hardeman. Parker's the tailback. It's a first down play for the Aggies from the 46. Pitch it to Parker, a little behind him. Now he has to stop and reverse his field. He'll be caught. He's still trying to get away, and he's going to get a couple of yards out of that to the 48. Second down, 8 split backs. And that's Jason Bragg who's going to get his first carry at the 50. He's to the 40-yard line. Jason Bragg, 6'3", 207, a freshman redshirt from Stephenville is Bragg. He's in that split back formation. Long count by McCowan. The ball at the 40. Time 2:47 to go in the game. Handoff. Parker. They're looking for the right side. Now he's going to have to stop and come back this way. He's going to be dropped behind the line of scrimmage at about the 45-yard line. Tabor LeBlanc. That's the first time we've called his name today.
Eric Bernard has spelled Sir Parker, who's been the workhorse here, and we've got some substitutions on the offensive line as well.
Houston stays in. McKinney stays in. Andy Vincent now is in at that right tackle for Cameron Spikes. Here's the handoff to Bernard. Bernard hits the 45 on a second down play, maybe the 44 by Eric Bernard. Third down and about 14 from the 44. They need the 30. And the handoff straight ahead across the 40. Move the ball down to about the 36-yard line. Bernard again. And let's see if Oklahoma State's coming. They are not. Leckler, a lot of time, and he angles it for the left sideline. And the ball will hit at the 5 and then take a bounce into the end zone, and the clock will stop at 20 seconds. It's a 37-yard punt. First down and 10. Tony Jones, the quarterback. Play this last 20 seconds. They're going to air it out from the 13. Throw the ball. Caught by Richardson at the 35. Takes it across the 45 to about the 38-yard line. 13 seconds. They'll stop the clock to move the chains. Sean Corriette finally caught that ball for the receiver from behind to make the tackle. First down and 10, and Oklahoma State will pass from their 49. They'll go to the sideline to Tank Coleman. Coleman is pushed out of bounds. Coleman's going in that direction, and Donovan Greer helped him go out of bounds at the 45. That stops the clock with 8 seconds to go in this one. 38-19, the Aggies. Post-game show. We go into the locker room, get all the highlights from this one. Straight drop as they snap it. Jones from 5-yard pocket passes on the sideline. It's dropped by Coleman as he tries to get out of bounds at the 41. Here's the last play probably of the game. Let's see what happens. Slot to the left. Jones takes the snap, drops back, 8-yard pocket. He's going to throw deep to the end zone. Here is Greer through his hands, incomplete. And the game ends with the cannon sounding out on the field. And the two teams now will need to shake hands and start immediately thinking about next week.
Reverse from a lot of the other games. Y'all made things happen in turnovers and everything. Everything went your way, made things happen.
I told the team at halftime, that the profile of a winner and a champion, you come out in situations like that the second half, and our history has been that you come out and you go win the game in the second half, and we've not gotten that done this year, and I think it's the only difference. You always have some games where maybe you struggle for a while, but the good teams find a way to come back out and take charge of the game and win, and I was delighted today that our team came out in the second half and did the things on both sides of the ball that you need to do to go win the game. So I was pleased. I hope that maybe we've grown up some today.
Coach, Keith Mitchell's interception, kind of the turning point in the ball game?
That was a big play in the ball game, and it's one of those things where you don't know what those plays are going to be, but you go out and say we go out in the second half, make some of those plays, and we don't know when they'll come up, but when they do, you make the play and let's get this thing going. And we really talked at halftime about being positive and that we were going to go out and win the ball game in the second half.
Coach, did you feel like you created some of those turnovers, the fumble?
We played with good intensity in the second half, and we were opportunistic. And when the things came up, we did something with them when the opportunities presented themselves.
You didn't think you'd go 5 questions before somebody asked you about the quarterback controversy, did you?
No, I didn't.
Well, I didn't want you to be disappointed.
We don't have a quarterback controversy. We played Brandon. I'd said during the week that I wouldn't be hesitant to give the other quarterbacks. I wanted to see them before the spring training, and that I wouldn't hesitate to play them. And then the second half, I did that. I played Randy and went in and so he had some good things happen to him. And we'll go back this week. It doesn't mean we've changed quarterbacks. It means we'll go back this week and work, and we'll make a determination later on during the week or sometime before the next ball game who actually starts the ball game and who's the second team and all that. So it's not, I don't want to make this some big monumental thing that's happened to our team. I don't see it that way. I see some of the things that happened to Brandon in the first half. We had some linebackers come clean on some blitzes, and he doesn't have a whole lot to do with that.
What about the turnovers and then catching them in? That's what's hurt y'all so much in the past. You feel like maybe it swung y'all's way, or maybe you were due for some of those to go your way a little bit?
If you hang in there long enough, sometimes I think in all aspects of life it appears that you're down on your luck and things are not going your way. But normally, if you just persevere and hang in there, normally those things balance out, and you can get some breaks if you do that. And today I thought we got some opportunities, and I was pleased to see that we did.